All right, everyone, welcome back into another PrizePicks video. Let's go and get into the top picks for MLB, PGA, and WNBA today. So looking at the recap from yesterday, it was another solid day. So ended up giving out 4 total slips on the day. The morning slip goes 2 for 2. And if you guys had used that with the taco, just those 2 props, so only 2 bets, you had a nice little profit there. Once again, I like to treat Taco Tuesday as basically free promotion money. They are trying to give us free money. Let's take that, right? So that was a good slip. The free slip that was out there, for a lot of people, I know a lot of people got a free slip. I gave a 6-leg bet out there. I mentioned that the WNBA prop that was on that, I would just cut off of the Taco Tuesday slip that I was looking for. And yeah, that one I ended up missing. She ended up getting into foul trouble early on in the first quarter. And that, I think, was the difference. I ended up 2 rebounds shy and really only had like 4 minutes in the first quarter. And up until I think it was 5 or 6 minutes left in the second quarter, then finally got back on the court. But yeah, the afternoon Taco Tuesday slip goes 4 for 5. Pretty awesome there. The unfortunate part is the afternoon tacos only went 1 for 2. Either way, still a profit there. That was awesome to see. And then on top of that, I was mentioning and kind of pleading people to make the underdog prop. I'm like, if you haven't made an account yet, guys, this is a good edge that we are getting here today. And I never do that. I never try to tell people what to do with their money or anything like that. I felt pretty good about the prop that we had out there, whether it was you guys betting them individually or betting them together. I gave out a 3-leg slip with that. Ends up hitting. So overall, a very solid day. Once again, this stuff adds up. If you just took the free promo money that was out there, is what I like to call it, you end up with $130 profit just based off of taking the free promo money. Now, I don't know how many people are betting each day amount wise, so I know some people did better than that, right? But guys, a lot of people kind of wonder how they can help out the channel. Obviously, like and subscribe, that is the easiest way to. But if you guys have been cashing, which I'm assuming a majority have been, send us some screenshots to the 905 Twitter. That way I can kind of promote it on these videos. That'll help me grow. I mean, I don't typically like to post green screens because it somewhat sends the wrong message, I think. But at the same time, I do get why people like seeing. It is encouraging to know that you are getting correct advice that people are also using as well. I can sit here and show you guys the success, but it's when other people are showing that as well, then they start to come in and enjoy the coverage a little bit more. So now let's go ahead and get into the MLB slate. We don't have that many great props. Actually, now that I'm recording, we do have 3 really good ones, and I might just pause the video here and go ahead and put these in real quick because I don't want to miss out. All right, so I'm back. I was able to get those in. But yeah, so there are a couple of good ones out there. Let's just go through the good ones that we have. So not sure why Michael's not pulling in for a projection here, but 54% chance for that one to hit. And then we look at MJ here, slightly projecting it over 1.64% chance to hit. Vegas is giving him about a 54% chance to hit, so that's a pretty good one that we are getting there. JD Martinez, not getting as much love from Vegas, but if we look at the projection, it is saying, all right, 2.27% or 2.2 is the projection for hits, runs, RBIs. Can round up to 2.3. And the over is favored at minus 130. So that's a pretty good looking prop right there. So that both the projection data and Vegas is also thinking that they're going to be able to get the over. Manny Machado, who since coming back from injury has been better than he was prior to being injured. This is one that I don't mind as well. So what I'm curious about is these 2 players are on the same team, I know. So let's take a peek at some of the MLB over and unders that we are getting because maybe there's a correlation going on there. All right, so let's find the Kansas City game here. All right. No, not too crazy. I mean, 9.5. I mean, obviously that is a pretty good game for MLB, but there's a 10.5 out there. But yeah, I would get why they are kind of favoring that game odds wise. So yeah, sure. Definitely feel comfortable kind of stacking that game if we wanted to. And then from there, we are getting a decent amount of hit, run, RBI props. These are all projected to get over, which is nice to see. It's always encouraging. So I will say MLB wise, we're not getting any aggressive bets that we need to be making or anything like that. They're just solid. They're on the day, good enough for now. Obviously we want to have better props, but that doesn't always come. Underwise, the only under bet that we are getting is WNBA. This is very interesting. The projection, I'll get into that in a second actually. Let's finish up the MLB. Let's just look at Underdog real quick as well. This is interesting. This is why I like to do kind of the no vig conversion over here, the over and under percents. So at minus 146.71, this would essentially be a prop that we would want to be locking up, just chasing. But when we do actually disregard that, my eyes were playing tricks on me with the small screen. It's 55.3% chance that that's a pretty darn good one. But I guess here was the point I was trying to make. Minus 142 right here, minus 146. We can see the percentage difference there with the over and under, right? taking out the juice. But these are all pretty good props that we are getting on Underdog today. So it might be a day where, maybe we're chasing a little bit of an underdog, a little bit more. 55% chance to hit, 54% chance to hit. Those are all pretty solid props right there. So let's go ahead and take a peek now at the hitting fantasy score props for PrizePicks. And guys, unfortunately, we are not getting any of the props that I like to go with, where both the Vegas line and the projection line are suggesting we should bet the over. We're not getting a single one today. I have been noticing that the amount that we are getting per day has gone down as we've been dominating with this hitting fantasy score thing. My biggest worry is that they would eventually adjust to this. I'm not sure if they have or not. I hope not. I know one of the biggest jokes on the comments is, oh, there's a PrizePicks employee watching your videos and then adjusting the lines right after you release them. Maybe. But looking at it, like some okay props, Lindor, I'm fine with. Mike Trout, I'm fine with. I don't mind Trey Turner again. He has been someone that's been hot. I mentioned him in passing last game. Yelich is okay. These are all okay ones, not exactly ones we need to go out of our way to play, though, and that's kind of the unfortunate side of it. Now, if we flip it around, we are getting some okay under bets if you guys want to roll with those. But to me, it kind of seems like a lower day bankroll wise. Not going to be putting out too many props. Let's go ahead and take a peek at WNBA. So WNBA wise, we are getting some interesting over props right now, where you can see Agumbawale minus 128 to get over 4.5 assist, projected to get a 5.2. So not terrible there. That's about a 53% chance to hit. Natasha Howard, Vegas line has her points set at 15.5, projected to get 17.9. So not a terrible one, but we can see none of these are like locking those. We look at the one under bet that we're getting for Brown here. The line has set at 14.5, projected to get 12. So about a 53% chance for that one to hit. So like none of these seem like great bets, right? We can just see that. And if we look at kind of the bets that are out there, sure, right here's a decent one. Natasha Howard for points and rebounds. The average Vegas line has it set at 23. PrizePicks line has it set at 22. Projected to get 28 or 25.8. I'm fine with that. I like that one. That's probably going to be in my bet of the day. I'm actually going to go and write that one down because I did not see that before I started recording. Then from there, are we getting any other good ones? I mean, not really. That's probably it. So real quickly, I do want to touch on some PGA props. And what I really want to call out is that we are getting a lot of props out there for sure. And we're not getting that many prop line differences between Underdog and PrizePicks. But also, we have no idea of how this course is going to play. Not a single chance we know how it's going to play. This is a very unique course setup for the US Open. Typically, it's a little bit of a tighter fairways than what we have, and typically the greens are a little bit smaller. Without getting too much into the technical side of golf, it's just going to be tougher to predict in round one, both for myself and for, the lines that are out there. So really, to me, what I could see us doing is kind of betting on that lack of security, I guess, with the line, because nobody has any idea how they're going to play. So what we could do is kind of just pair all these ones up together, like especially on Underdog. Like what we could do is, all right, let's say the course is going to play easy. And what I don't mind is actually chasing these AMT times, these golfers like Scotty that have an AMT time, John Rahm have an AMT time. I don't mind the idea of, doing the lower for them. Let's see. Xander, you could do Hovland as well, but just kind of pairing them all up together. We are betting on how the course is going to play rather than the player. Okay. So what we could do is maybe add on one more here. Let's see. Maybe Homa, maybe, we could go Morikawa, Homa, kind of whatever. Do that. And then actually just go ahead and flip these all around. And I'm not saying that this is going to hit or anything like that. I'm just saying that if I were to be betting on round one picks, this would kind of be the approach that I would go with, because we don't know how it's going to play. Vegas doesn't know how it's going to play. They're guessing, I'm guessing, but this way we can give ourselves a better chance at having a really strong day one. Now, I personally think it is going to play a little bit easier than people are thinking. Maybe we go higher birdie with some of these guys, but I do want to call it that distinction I made. It doesn't always happen, but for the most part, we do see the lower scores each round occur in the AM, regardless of if the average scoring shows us a difference between AM and PM scoring, because golfers are still going to play bad, right? What you could do, let's just take these ones off from the morning. We can see Scotty Scheffler and John Rahm, they have their strokes set at 69.5. So does Brooks Koepka, but he has a PMT time. You could bet the higher there. Maybe Rory as well. PMT time, been a little bit inconsistent with this game, bet the higher there. That's another approach that you could roll with. And so lastly, I do want to just look at maybe a potential birdie or better matchup on PrizePicks props here and see if we are gaining an edge at all. And it does look like we are. Let's see if I like these ones at all. So Jon Rahm versus Victor Hovland, birdie or better matchup. Yeah, I like that one. That is a pretty good one. Let me just pull up another page here for you guys real quick. So if we just look at it, and I'm going to sort by average, I'm going into the 9 to 5 betting page for golf. We sort by average odds for first round lead. That's what I'm sorting by. Jon Rahm has the second best odds to get there. Victor Hovland has the 6th best odds. So there is a separation there. And if I pull up the 9 to 5 rank, let's see here. Jon Rahm's number 1, Victor Hovland about 21. So that would suggest that Jon Rahm should be able to have the better score. And I want to clear that distinction up because this is kind of saying who's most likely to have a good score. It's not saying who's most likely to have the most birdies. That should correlate. It doesn't always correlate. Then from there, you could do Ricky Fowler over Shane Lowry. That's another one that I do like. I'm perfectly fine rolling with that one. So once again, let's just go through that process again real quickly. Let's find Ricky and Shane Lowry. I'm just going to type them both in. Ricky, Lowry. There we go. Okay, so what worries me here is that the odds rank for first round lead, very tight. And also the showdown rank, the first round leader rank, also very tight there. So maybe not as perfect of one as I would like, but it is still nice to see that Ricky is projected to play better than Shane Lowry. And also the birdie or better data is also suggesting that he should be able to play better as well. From there, I was really hoping to get some Justin Rose and Adam Scott props for a birdie or better matchup, and they paired them together. That was very unfortunate there. Let's look at the flip side of that. Yeah, nothing too crazy, nothing that I want to attack other than that. And shout out to whoever is doing these props. Pretty sure I know who it is. But players like Xander and Collin Morikawa, they have course ties. Max Homa and Collin Morikawa, they have some course ties. So do Scotty and Jon Rahm. And it's just funny that they're getting paired together. I think that was definitely intentional there. And then just real quickly, looking at an MLB pitching prop, I don't love this because the projection data doesn't love it too much, but Vegas is giving Tyler Glasnow a good chance to get a win is essentially what we're seeing here. It was a very high number as well. 43.5 to get over that fantasy score pretty much means a lot of strikeouts, 6 innings pitched, which means a quality start, which means not that many runs given up, and probably a win there as well. And so that's probably why the projection data doesn't like him as much. All right, so getting into the bet of the day, it's not exactly a day that I would say I love, okay? We're not getting in any hitting fantasy score props that are ones that we should be going out of our way to bet. We know that that's been really the biggest edge possible since the MLB season started. So we don't have that, unfortunate, but we are getting a couple of decent hit run RBI based props. We can roll with those. Natasha Howard points and rebounds prop is a decent one. And I do like the Jon Rahm birdie or better matchup prop that we are getting for tomorrow. So if you guys want to roll with that, you can. That's going to be all for today. If you guys enjoyed the coverage, make sure to give a like and subscribe. That does help out the channel a ton. Remember, if you guys want to, you can send in some green screens on Twitter as well. All right, let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cashing.